Hello there, welcome back to my channel. So before you go off the deep end being like, hey, that's not that girl that I've seen before, I promise. So I got a wig and this is what it looks like. I decided to get a hair that I've never ever had before. And what do I mean? Oh, let's see, ignore the tangles. What do I mean by that? So I've never had hair this long before in my whole life. And I've never really had curly hair either. So I thought, why not? I'll put it on my head. And I got this because, so if you can tell by my other videos, my hair is growing quite a bit. It is a little bit overgrown. The problem is that I can't see a hairdresser until November. So my hair is about to get a lot uglier before it gets a lot prettier. And with my job, I've been going around on foot and meeting local bookstore owners to try to get them to stock Cursed Fate. And with that, I just didn't want to have ugly hair. So I also got a therapist, and she's been telling me that I should do more stuff for me in terms of self-care and things like that. So I finally caved in and bought a wig because I was concerned for these things. I don't know if this counts as self-care, but I'm counting it as self-care because I like wigs. I've always wanted wigs. I think that I know a lot of people wear wigs on the daily and stuff. And that's cool, and maybe that could be my new vibe, and I just be a different person every other day of the week, and you'll never know who I actually am. But yeah, so I'm trying this out. I don't know how often I will record with this wig on. To be honest, this is also kind of like a social experiment for me, because I have this theory about like conventional beauty standards. And I know that sometimes I do not necessarily fit those, and I want to see like how the algorithm reacts to like somebody with more traditional feminine features as opposed to somebody with like me with really short hair. So maybe it won't make a difference at all, and if it doesn't, then that's fine too. But I thought I would just kind of see you know, how, I don't know how it works. I don't know. If you've like thought about this kind of stuff too, let me know in the comments down below. But it's something that I've considered as like, maybe that's also plays into a factor of like who does well and who doesn't do well on YouTube, because, or just in social media in general, because there is this kind of like implicit bias in a lot of programming and coding where like obviously like what's considered beautiful or attractive, not even beautiful, but attractive to like the majority of viewers is what's going to be pushed in the algorithm. And so if you don't fit those conventional beauty standards, like based on race or like gender presentation or things like that, then that might just, you know, discourage you from making content. I don't know. I'm just playing it around and testing things and just trying to have a good time. But yeah, that's also another reasoning too. I'm going to start making some YouTube videos with the wig on and with this identity, and then I'm going to do other videos with like my actual hair. My Writers Wednesdays will probably still be my actual hair because I record those during the week, and of course I'm working during the week, and so I might not have the time to throw a wig on and work with my wig on because it's not really comfortable. It gets hot really easy. So if I'm in my office writing, then I'll probably just like have my normal hair. But if I make a new video for you guys, like a casual Kutiefly video or whatever, then I will just, maybe I'll throw this on every now and then just to be silly and have some fun. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. So I guess that's a very long update to say that, look, I grew 20 inches of hair overnight. If you're interested in like getting a wig like this one, like if you really like it, if you're like, wow, girl, that looks great. I got it on Amazon for $20, and I'll put the name of the brand on the video because I don't remember it right now. I think it's like Aria hair or something like that. Again, I'm going to put the name on the screen for you guys right now. She has a bunch of different wigs, and I got this recommendation from somebody on TikTok actually. So yeah, I literally was like, oh, okay, that looks pretty on her. I'm going to get it to see if it looks pretty on me. I'm just trying something new, so if you like it, and let me know you like it. If you don't like it, you can let me know too. I am not attached to this. Well, I'm getting attached to this, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, this is just me fooling around, like literally the F around and find out kind of vibe that I'm having right now. But yeah, I'm sorry, that was a long-winded thing. So I don't really know what this video is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a check-in or just like what, but I'm just kind of letting you guys know like some fun things that have been happening. So, wig, therapy, yeah, I've been kind of roughing it for a while. I don't know if I talked about this, but I was like getting really, really sick a few weeks ago, and I thought it was pregnancy, but it's not pregnancy. And then I thought the doctor thought it could be appendicitis, and it's not appendicitis. So I'm just trying to figure out what it is, and I think it could be like mental stuff that's causing me pain. So I've been checking in with myself and like going to therapy and trying to figure out like why I'm having these symptoms, and yeah, I think things have been getting better, so that's good. And then also I've been kicking butt, and I've put my book in 2 different bookstores now. One of them here in Boston, in the city. So we are in Pandemonium. It's like a more like books and games fantasy type store. Like they have your Dungeons and Dragons type stuff there, but they have other board games as well. It's like Douglas's hobby, so it's a good place if you're into like Magic the Gathering too. I think they have a lot of Magic events, and they have TCG games. They have a lot of games there, and they have other local authors there too. So if you're from the New England area or if you're from Boston, I recommend checking them out. And then yeah, we're also in Trident Books. It is a very well-known bookstore over on Newbury Street, and they stocked me a few days ago. So I'm really excited because it's a super good location in terms of like locals and tourists shopping around. So I'm really happy about that. If you're in the area, check them out, look for me, take pictures if you're there, and tag me in them online. So yeah, that's also like a kind of check-in for where I've been. So that's what I've been doing with work. When I do write, I normally hit my goal of 1,000 words a day, so that's really good. I'm working on a sequel. And I don't know if I've talked about it on here, but yeah, I am working on the sequel. Right now, the title is called Cursed Descent, and it is literally just picking up where we left off, and I don't know what it's going to turn into yet, so I can't really talk about that much, but again, that'll be for Writing Wednesdays if you're interested in that series. But yeah, after that check-in, I don't know, what do you guys want to talk about? Maybe we should talk about like animes I'm super excited for, because I've been needing somebody to do like an anime sesh with, or venting sesh, and I know this audience tends to watch anime too, so yeah, let's talk about it. So first and foremost, Stone Ocean, baby. Yes, I am so excited for the new JoJo season. You don't even know. So I am currently reading the manga, but I'm still only in like the first installment of JoJo, so I'm with Jonathan. And I'm nowhere near that season, so I don't know any spoilers or anything like that. Please do not spoil it for me. But all I heard is that it's just going to be like an emotionally rough season, and I am not ready for it. But of course I'm ready for Jolene. I'm so interested to see how such like a campy, like masculine show handles a female protagonist. I've heard rumors that originally like she was intended to be lesbian, but they didn't write that in. Which you know me, I'm all about like the LGBTQ representation, so of course I would want that, and I'll just probably just keep it canon in my head. But I'm just excited to see what's to come. It looks really cool visually. I know the songs are gonna be hype, and I just listened to JoJo on my Spotify list like casually, so like I'm such a huge JoJo fan, so I am more than excited for that to come out. You have no idea. I'm also super excited because the second season of Demon Slayer is coming out, and the trailer looked really cool. I love Demon Slayer. I know, like, in terms of plot, like, okay, controversial. In terms of plot, it's nothing too crazy, and it's mostly, like, for visuals, but there are some characters that I really do like, and of course, there's some characters that are just archetypal, but there's some of them who are my favorites, and I'll just, like, you know, just hint at who they are, I guess. But I don't know. It's such a cool show visually. It's a cool concept. I love monsters. Like, I love monster-based anime, so anything, like, clearly the demons, like, take on different forms and they're monstrous in themselves. So that already pulls me in. I love it. So I'm really excited for the second season. I have to watch the Demon Slayer movie. I have to admit, I haven't seen that yet. And I know I'm like so behind on that, but you know, it is what it is. So I'll probably watch that movie before I watch the second season. I've been rewatching the first season of Demon Slayer casually. I've had it on in the background while I'm doing like other things at home. And yeah, so I'm really excited for that too. Yeah, and in terms of like other stuff that I've been watching in terms of anime lately, so my husband got me on this show called Rama Half, I guess in English. He calls it Rama Meia because that's how you would say it in Portuguese. It's an old show from like the 90s, and like I don't know if it's like controversial or what. I wrestle with that. So the drawing's super cute, super appropriate for the time period. And I like the story so far because basically the plot, if you haven't seen it, is like a bunch of, pretty much feels like a shonen. It's the same woman who wrote Inuyasha, and it feels like a shonen, but it's romance. So it's like a lot of martial arts fighting and things like that. The main character is a guy who has a curse on him, so every time he gets touched with cold water, he turns into a female. Likewise, his dad turns into a panda. But so they play with the idea of like gender a lot in romance, and like he experiences life both as like a male and a female at certain points. But of course he's like your stereotypical really loud shonen dude. The female protagonist, she's also pretty like spirited. She's like really strong in her own martial arts, and that's what I do appreciate. It's like all the female characters that I included that are love interests are also very strong at martial arts. They might not always be fighting on screen, but they do fight each other, and they're formidable in themselves. Like, they're still strong. It's just, you know, of course, the main character, Rama, is going to be, like, OP. And Rama also fights in his female form as well. Now, the thing is like, there is, like, nudity, right? It's anime, and they're younger, and, like, that's the ickiness that I wrestle with. But also just, like, it's hard because this is the 90s, right? So we're really looking at a binary version of gender, and there's little hints of like bisexuality everywhere when he goes. I think the main female protagonist is bisexual at least, but that's just me. I know it's not written in there, but it's just the attitudes. It's just the vibe, you know what I mean? But it's an interesting. I like when I see shows like that play with gender, even if they don't do it to the fullest. Like at the time, it would have been really different, and I do think that the main male character does go through things like objectification, safety issues when being a female that I think that men don't necessarily see all the time, or it's written off as a joke. And in the show, it's kind of like written off as a joke as well, but at least there's like a discussion about it. So it's entertaining. I give it points for that. I'm still watching it. It's like it feels very comfy, if that makes sense. There's a lot of female characters. And even though like some gender roles type things are dated in there, I think that's kind of like the point. So if you're interested in that, check it out. It's funny. It's kind of like a shonen, but it is, at the end of the day, it's a love story. So yeah, that's also kind of what I've been watching too. I also started Snow White with the red hair. Now that's like a full-on like romance anime. I'm only a couple episodes in. If you know me, I'm one for like medieval type RPG animes. I don't know what it is. I really like medieval themed animes. And this is a medieval one, but it's also a love story. I mean, I think it's very straightforward, like who she's supposed to be with. She's an herbalist. I got this recommendation from TikTok because it was supposed to be, they were arguing it was like strong female characters, and I'm trying to like watch more shows with strong female characters. I mean, clearly it's something I'm interested in. But it's okay. It's a little straightforward for me. But you know, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah. And yeah, that's kind of it for animes right now. I know other stuff's coming up, but that's like what's off the top of my head. If you are excited about something in particular, please let me know down in the comments down below. And we can get hype about it together. Or if you have any more anime recommendations for me, I'd really like to hear it. I'm trying to think. I mean, I have generalized recommendations. There's another video on my channel that has like specific anime recommendations, I think for like Halloween and stuff. Halloween is kind of coming up again, slowly but surely. So we could always bring up more anime recommendations for that, or just anime recommendations in general if you want me to do another video on those. I know there's like a lot of Pokemon stuff coming out lately, and I made a video on Pokemon stuff if you want to see that too. But yeah, that's kind of like what's going on in my life and what I'm looking forward to in terms of anime or media I'm digesting, or like things that I'm putting out there in terms of content as well. So yeah, if you're excited about something, let me know. If you like this video, please give it a like. Please comment down below for engagement. Share it with a friend. And if you want, you can subscribe to the channel. Please, please, please subscribe. It helps me out so much, more than you can ever know. And until next time, thanks. Bye.